It was a calm night in May of 2008. Brandon Swanson, a 19-year-old from Marshall, Minnesota, had spent the evening at a small gathering of friends. The night was quiet, the air cool and heavy with the scent of spring fields. As he left, he didn't imagine what would come next. His car drove onto a dark gravel road. Mist hovered above the ground. Suddenly, the car slipped into a shallow ditch. He wasn't hurt, but he was trapped. Brandon picked up his phone and called his parents. He calmly spoke, explaining where he was, giving directions, joking lightly. But then, at 2:35 a.m., he said two words that would be the last anyone heard. "Oh, shit." And that was it. Brandon Swanson vanished. Earlier that evening, Brandon had left the safety of friends' company, walking into the unknown. The gravel road stretched ahead, dark and empty, flanked by vast fields. The night was silent except for the sound of tires on gravel and the occasional chirp of a distant owl. When the car slid into the ditch, Brandon tried to move it, but it was impossible. Panic didn't set in immediately. He had a plan. He called his parents to guide him safely home. He described landmarks, familiar corners, the faint glow of distant houses. Every word was measured, every tone calm, until suddenly, silence. The line went dead. Brandon's parents, alarmed but determined, immediately set out to find him. Their headlights cut through the foggy night, reflections bouncing on the gravel. Brandon walked toward Lynn while keeping them on the phone, his figure a small shadow among the vast darkness. The call lasted nearly 45 minutes. Then the chilling words, "Oh, shit." Brandon was gone. Local police arrived shortly after, combing the area with flashlights and patrol vehicles. Volunteers from the community gathered, hoping, praying, searching. Search dogs scoured the fields, following the faintest scent, but suddenly the trail ended. No evidence, no footprints, no belongings, nothing. It was as if Brandon had disappeared into thin air. The surrounding countryside was vast, silent, almost mocking. Helicopters flew overhead and volunteers combed the fields, but the young man seemed to have evaporated into the night. Theories began to emerge. An accident? A fall into water or a hidden ditch? Foul play? Yet each possibility seemed less likely the more authorities investigated. Brandon's body was never found. Speculation ran rampant. Some believed he fell into a hidden cistern. Others theorized he became disoriented and succumbed to the cold. A few feared a stranger had been nearby, ready to strike. Each theory was chilling, each possibility haunting, yet none were confirmed. Brandon Swanson's disappearance had become one of Minnesota's most perplexing mysteries. Online, amateur sleuths dissected phone records, mapping every possible step. Every turn, every misstep analyzed, debated. The case became both personal and communal, a symbol of fear and uncertainty. Police investigated thoroughly, reviewing GPS data, phone logs, and witness accounts. Every lead, no matter how small, was followed. All evidence indicated a young man walking alone on a dark gravel road. No one knew what truly happened. The community remained tense. Rumors and speculations spread online, from tragic accident to abduction to supernatural disappearance. Amateur detectives debated endlessly, theorizing every detail of the last phone call. Theories grew darker and more elaborate, yet the truth remained hidden, elusive, as if the night itself had swallowed Brandon whole. Brandon's parents never gave up. They scoured fields, followed every tip, every clue. Volunteers joined tirelessly, the night air filled with hope and despair. Despite all efforts, nothing definitive surfaced. Search dogs lost the trail. Investigators suggested he may have fallen into a river or a ditch or wandered into a dense patch of woods, but every theory ended in silence. Every year, anniversaries passed with no answers. The quiet hum of the countryside became a reminder of a mystery unresolved. National media covered the case extensively. Online forums buzzed with theories, recreations, and analyses. Amateur investigators mapped phone calls, analyzed roads, cross-referenced weather conditions. Each detail dissected, each clue scrutinized. Yet after years, no definitive explanation emerged. Brandon Swanson's disappearance remained a haunting enigma. Brandon Swanson's story is a sobering reminder of life's fragility. What really happened that night remains unknown. Accident, misadventure, or something darker. His disappearance continues to puzzle authorities and haunt families. If you want more deep dive true crime mysteries, like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. Perhaps together we can keep searching for answers that might never come.